foul's going to be called. Foul's going to go against Kayla Tillman. That's her first personal foul and the 6th team foul against Faulkner. Savannah Gregory at the line for the first time today. Free throw rattles in and out for Gregory. Gregory, a 5'8" freshman out of Scottsville, Kentucky. Second one. Swishes on through. 66-52 is our score. First point of the tournament for the freshman guard for the Tigers. Flack's going to check out of the ball game for Faulkner. Inbound pass bounces on ahead. Burton will pick it up just shy of the center circle. Up into the front court, handed off left-hand side. Tillman fires a long three. It's good. Her second three-pointer of the game. And Tillman makes it 66-55. Timeout taken, 2:41 left in the fourth. As Faulkner calls a timeout, we'll take one as well. Back in a minute on the NAIA Network. Thank you.
You work hard for more than just you. Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
The Billings Hotel and Convention Center is now the Red Lion Hotel. With a state-of-the-art sound system, the Red Lion Hotel is the best place in Billings for your next meeting or conference. Relax from traveling in comfortable rooms with 55-inch TVs, or unwind in the hot tub while the kids enjoy the indoor water slides. You can even watch the big game in the sports lounge. The Red Lion Hotel, formerly the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Same local owners, same great service.
Back here at Rimrock Auto Arena at Metro Park, Billings, Montana, side of the 2018 NAIA Division I Women's Basketball National Championship. Game 3 of 4 in the Dewar bracket to start things off. And has Campbellsville leading Faulkner 66-55 with 2:41 left in regulation. Inbound pass comes in to Alexis Graham, and Alexis is going to be fouled. Foul is called against Hannah Best, her first personal. And again, we'll march to the other end of the floor. Alexis Graham looking for her first points inside the three-point line today. She's got a three-pointer in the second and a three-pointer in the third, and now a free throw. Alexis Graham, a 5'6" senior out of Winchester, Kentucky. Graham at the free throw line coming into the tournament, 63% shooters, 19 of 30, but she made the first one here. Second one is also good, 67-55 our score. Check that, 68-55. And the ball taken away by the Tigers. Up the floor, Clements gives it on ahead to Stewart. Stewart, nice pass down right side, and shot a little too strong as Gregory had to reach behind her just to get the pass. She was able to get the shot off and draw contact. Foul called against Kayla Tillman, her second personal foul, and we'll have two more attempts at the free throw line, this time for Savannah Gregory. She's 1 for 2 at the line here this afternoon. First free throw is up and in. Gregory, the 5'8" freshman out of Scottsville, Kentucky. Dribbles a couple times, puts it up with the right hand, and it's through. She's got 3 points all from the line, makes it 70-55, back out to our largest lead of 15. Game coming up will be Montana Western, the 4 seed in the Dewar bracket, taking on Dillard out of Louisiana. They're the 5 seed. Long three-point shot for Burt won't go. Rebound controlled by Alexis Graham, and Graham's going to be fouled. And we'll take the march to the other end of the hardwood. Kayla Tillman called for her third personal. Be interesting to see how long this final 2 minutes and 9 seconds of the fourth takes as Faulkner continues to foul to stop the clock. Alexis Graham just made her last 2 attempts at the line. This is the first one here. local fans. Got some youngsters from Meadowlark Elementary that made signs for Campbellsville. Hardin Middle School made signs for Faulkner. The second free throw is good. As Graham now 3 of 4 from the line. She's got 9 points in the contest. 71-55. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Long three-point shot is good for Savannah Flack, her first three-pointer of the game. And Flack's got 11, 71-58 our score. Fresh in the backcourt from Faulkner, and Lexus Graham is going to be fouled by Tillman. Tillman called for her fourth. So now Shirley, Key, Armstrong, Tillman, and Alley each with 4 personal fouls for the Eagles. Graham back at the line. All of her attempts at the line coming here in the fourth. She makes the first one. Caitlin Hall back in for Campbellsville. 1 point game at halftime, but Campbellsville, as that second free throw misses by Graham, Campbellsville extended their lead out to 9 points at the end of 3, and they now lead by 14. Here's a long three, won't go for Tillman. Ball fought for, picked up by Graham. Graham will get up the floor to Stewart. Stewart will dribble around. Stewart's going to be fouled by Ashlyn Atkins, who grabbed a hand, grabbed a wrist. He stopped the clock with a minute 27 left. So we'll have a couple more attempts at the charity stripe for Campbellsville. First one on its way will not go for Stewart. Stewart's first time to the line today. Stewart with 2 points so far in the contest. And the second one is good, 73-58. Campbellsville at the line is 24 of 33. Check that, 25 of 34. Basket put up by Nicole Shirley. And Shirley's got 4 points to make it 73-60. Got a timeout called, minute 14 left in the fourth. We'll be back after this 30-second break on the NAIA Network.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho, Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
Back here at Rimrock Auto Arena at Metro Park, Billings, Montana, site of the 2018 NAIA Division I Women's Basketball National Championship on the NAIA Network. Kai O'Reilly with you for the play-by-play. As we wrap up game number 3 here on the Dewar bracket, Tigers with the ball leading by 13. And we've got a scrum here on top as Atkins going after it. And the foul is actually going to be called against Caitlin Hall, her second. And that will send Ashlyn Atkins to the free throw line. Ashlyn looking for her first points on the afternoon. First free throw misses for Atkins at the line coming into the tournament. 75% free throw shooter, 24 of 32 from the stripe. Atkins, a 5'7" freshman, misses them both. She's out of Locust Fork, Alabama. And we got another whistle and another foul. That one's going to be called against Savannah Flack, her second. At the free throw line, Madison Clements. Clements, all she's done is gone 4 for 7 from the line, but 6 of 7 from behind the arc. Clements free throw. Rattles around and in. And for Clements, that is her 31st point of the afternoon. Very impressive day for the 5'8" senior out of Clementsville, Tennessee, as she has powered her team on to what appears to be a victory. Second one is also good, 75-61. Madison Clements with 32 points. in this contest, and she will check out to a round of applause from the local fans for the day. Drive down inside, shot too strong, and the loose ball goes through Atkins' hands out of bounds. It was last touched by a Tiger, so we will keep it on the Faulkner end of the floor with 56.5 left. Pass comes out top to Tillman. Tillman gives it off to left. Atkins fires a three with a hand in her face. It won't go. Ball is knocked around as it popped up in the air. We're going to have a loose ball foul. It's going to be called against Hannah Best. That's her second personal. That is the 13th foul here in the fourth quarter by Faulkner, as they have been stopping the clock as often as possible here in the final 3 minutes. First free throw will not go for Caitlin Hall. Hall looking for her first point on the day. Caitlin Hall, 83% free throw shooter in the regular season, and she makes the second one. 76-61. Shot won't go. Loose ball. We're going to have a blocking foul called, as fighting for that was Nicole Shirley along with Caitlin Hall. And Shirley is going to foul out of the ball game. 43.6 left in the fourth quarter of play. Shirley will end the contest, as she will leave with 12 points on the day. With the 5'7" freshman out of Tuscumbia, Alabama. Hall back at the charity stripe. One of two there. She was just there a moment ago, and that one rattles around, falls off left side. So the 83% free throw shooter coming into the tournament has made only one of three so far from the line. Second one is good. 77-61. Campbellsville going to go on to take on either Dillard or Montana Western. Shot down low. Hannah Vest hits the bucket. 77-63, and another whistle, another foul. Foul called against Savannah Flack. That's her third, and the 14th of the quarter. Free throw on its way, rattles off the glass and in, off the rim of the glass and in for Lexus Graham. Graham at the line is now 5 of 7. And a second free throw pending as Kayla Key will check out. Inga Armstrong checks back in. Lexus Graham, the free throw on its way, it's good. 79-63. Ball rolling up the floor, finally picked up as Graham was going to come up and give some pressure. Three-point shot, long one, won't go for Vest. Ball goes out of bounds here on the near side of the baseline. Last touch by a Tiger. So we will keep it on the Faulkner end of the floor. They trail by 16 points. Inbound pass, quick three, release won't go for Tillman. And the ball is dribbled out as coming down with it is Gregory. She'll give it off to Graham. We'll bring it up across the half-court line, hand it off to Caitlin Hall. 15 seconds to go in this one. The Campbellsville University Tigers going to go on to the victory over Faulkner University. The final score of this one this afternoon, 79-63. The Tigers win game 3, and this is the first higher seed that has won here in the first 3 games of the tournament. Again, the final score, 79-63. We'll take a timeout and come back and recap what happened in this one. You're watching the 2018 NAIA Division I Women's Basketball Championship on the NAIA Network.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
And we are getting ready for the presentation of our colors and our national anthem. With that, we will pause. We'll come back and we're going to get ready to get this tournament rolling. We have nearly a week of action coming your way, and we're going to have some fun here from the Billings Metro. So with that, again, we'll pause for our national anthem, and we'll talk about the starters, we'll talk about these programs, and get it started right after this.
Okay. Back here as we have wrapped up game number 3 of the Dewar bracket, the 2018 NAIA Division I Women's Basketball Championship, as the number 1 seed Campbellsville University Tigers defeat the Faulkner University Eagles. The final score of 79-63, and let's give you the final statistics in this one. Leading all scores with 32 points on the afternoon, Madison Clements for the Tigers. 10 of 16 shooting from the field, 6 of 7 from behind the three-point arc, and she was 6 of 9 from the free throw line for her 32 points on the day. 2 other players in double figures for Campbellsville. 13 points for Jordan Dorham. She was 4 of 9 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line, and 12 points for Lexus Graham, who was 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from behind the arc, and 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. 4 points for Lauren Turner, 3 points apiece for Alexis Calhoun and Savannah Gregory. 3 points for Madison Stewart as well, and 5 points in the game for Madison Faulkner, rounding out the scoring for the Tigers. Meanwhile, for the Faulkner Eagles, they were led by 12 points from Nicole Shirley. Shirley ended up fouling out late in the contest, but she finished 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from the free throw line. 11 points for Savannah Flack on 4 of 11 shooting from the field, and 10 points for Kayla Tillman. She was 2 of 9 from the field and 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 6 points for Kayla Key on the day. 4 points for Inga Armstrong, who got into foul trouble and was not seen for a good portion of the third quarter. And Hannah Vest with 8 points on the afternoon. 3 points for Diane Thompson. 3 points for Chelsea Burt. 2 points for Kimberly Horton. 3 for Brady Alley. And 1 point for Ashlyn Atkins. Well, we had 8 different lead changes in this ball game. Campbellsville took the early lead. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead before it was tied up at 4-all between Faulkner and Campbellsville. We would be tied at 7-all at the end of the first quarter. It was an 18-12 Tigers lead as the Tigers jumped out to a 6-point lead at the end of 1. Eagles got it back within 1 at the halftime break, 28-27, but the Tigers able to pull away as they ended the third leading 54-43, and they win by a final score of 79-63. Team shooting in this ballgame, Campbellsville shot 34% from the field, 20 of 58. They were 50% from behind the arc, 8 of 16, and 72% from the free throw line. They had 31 made out of 43 attempts at the line for the Tigers. Meanwhile, for Faulkner, they went 32% from the field, 21 of 65. They were 6 of 29 from downtown and 15 of 24, 62.5% from the charity stripe. So Faulkner, a valiant effort, but they fall short to the number 1 seed Campbellsville. Again, the final score 79-63. That'll wrap up Game 3's broadcast here at the 2018 NAIA Division I Women's Basketball Championship. Coming up, it'll be Dillard taking on Montana Western up next on the NAIA Network.
Thought they'd actually have a few more than that. 10-8 right now. Western with it. King left wing. Goes down to Bignell. Bignell into the high post. Turnaround jump shot is up and in for Sierra Bignell. So you have Sierra and Savannah both on the floor right now for Western. Dillard with it. Pass goes out on the left wing. Down to Collins. Collins outside the arc. Down in the corner. Back out. Collins eyed the shot there for a minute. Makita Collins, a 6-foot sophomore. And it looks like we're going to get a travel call as she took it down the left side of the paint. Turnover to Western.
Couple extra steps, and the defense forced that. Western playing pretty good defense here at this point.
So Western will bring her down the floor. Again, thanks for joining us here on the NAIA Network. As here comes Western into the offensive side. Pass out on the wing. As Sierra Bignell goes cross court to Savannah. Good defense up top. Savannah kicks it out. They lob it in the corner to King. Bobbled it for a minute. Trap is set. King in trouble. Throws it all the way up top. Goes through the hands of Savannah Bignell, and here we come back the other way on the turnover. Jump shot from the left elbow is no good for Washington. And Western back the other way, leading by 6, 17-11. Great defensive pressure here by Dillard. They'll get another turnover. Across the timeline on the right wing is Hunter. Hunter puts on the brakes. She'll come up top to Brown. That's turnover number 7 for Western already here in the opening quarter, as they lead by 6.
They've got to show more patience against this zone. The guards are way out here. They got to enter the ball at high post. There it is, wide open.
Into the high post they go. Big collision. Ball comes out. Dillard with the turnover. Quickly back the other way. Driving into the paint. Jump shot is up and in for Alyssa Washington. That's her second field goal of the opening quarter. And Western's lead is now down to 4. 17-13. King across the timeline. Once again entered into the high post, but King able to track it down. She'll drive into the lane. Floater is up, no good. Tipped out to the wing. And spinning, we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Sierra Bignell had it. She spun in from the wing. And I believe Collins is going to get the foul. So Collins will get her first personal foul. Team foul number 3 on the Blue Devils. And Western will bring it in their offensive zone. Western jumped out early. They had a ton of momentum early, and now the momentum has swung towards Dillard. Western still shooting 70%. They're 7 of 10. Dillard already has 9 more shots than Western does. Dillard is 4 of 19 from the floor.
Well, that's because of offensive boards, and Dillon is turning the ball over, and at times they shouldn't.
Western looking to set things up on the right side. King through the paint, feeds it inside, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. As going to the ground hard with Savannah Bignell. And personal foul is going to go to Alexia McDonald. McDonald's first. Team foul. Or excuse me, team foul number 4.
That's a nice look by King inside. That's where it's open. They're giving them a lot of space in there in the middle of that key.
1 minute left to play here in this opening quarter. Western by 4. Western will look to bring it in. King down on the baseline. Pass comes all the way out toward the left corner. It's swatted out of bounds by McDonald.
Tough pass. All they got to do is look for a cutter in the middle of that key, and they can just throw it over the top.
Western looking to bring things in. Far left wing. Pass goes up, and they'll move it across right side. Ball fake out on that edge by Anderson. And as they enter into the high post, we're going to get a whistle and a foul as they got it into Sierra Bignell. And the personal foul is going to go to Asia Partlow. That's her first. Team foul number 5. So both teams are shooting free throws right now. And Sierra Bignell will go to the line for the Bulldogs. Bignell's first is up and good. Sierra Bignell will go to the line for number 2. Sierra is a 62% free throw shooter on the year. She'll get the ball for her second attempt here as they change up the key a little bit. 1 minute remaining here in this opening quarter. Sierra's second is up and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Dillard. Sierra goes 1 of 2 from the foul line. She has 3 total points. Down in the bottom right corner, open 3 is up. Front of the rim, no. Rebound controlled by Sierra Bignell. Western will look to bring it down. It looked like Dillard was going to bring some pressure, and now they back out of it. As King into the offensive zone all the way up top to Anderson. Back to King. King looking on the interior, goes Anderson on the right wing. Anderson from way downtown off the back of the rim. Western will track down the rebound. Great hustle. Now it's going to go over and back. Paige Holmes saved it. It goes over midcourt, so the over and back call will go back to Dillard.
Yeah, Western in too big a hurry to get things done. They got to show a lot more patience and decipher what's going on.
So Dillard back into their offensive zone after the turnover. Turnover number 10 for Western here in the opening quarter. Dillard down by 5. Looking to set things up for the final shot as the shot clock is off. We're down to 10 seconds left here in the opening quarter. They feed it in the key, turning, trying to step through. Turnaround jump shot goes wide left. Rebound underneath Dillard. Second is up and no good. Third is off in time and it won't fall. Couple of great looks that time by the Blue Devils on the inside. Just couldn't get it to go. So the Bulldogs up over the Blue Devils 18-13 here at the NAIA National Tournament in Billings. We'll get the second quarter underway after this 1-minute timeout.
No, I would never. Please. You know me. I don't even know where that is. Look, I'm replying deny. Oh, come on. Hello?
Wells Fargo. I did not make that purchase.
I didn't do it.
I'm so glad you made that.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
Hey, welcome back here once again to Billings, the NAIA Division I Women's National Championship Tournament. We're day 1, game 4 here already. As the Bulldogs up by 5, 18-13 over the Blue Devils out of Dillard. Western shot 58% in the opening quarter. Dillard shot 17%. Dillard with the ball. The other big discrepancy is turnover. Western 10, Dillard had 3 turnovers in the opening quarter. Far right side with it is Moore. Moore looking on the interior. Moore defensively has Anderson on her. Moore goes left side to Jackson. Jackson trying to get it down in the block. Pass comes out to the wing. Picked up. Jump shot off the front of the rim. No good. Going to go into the corner. Tracked down by Western. Back the other way. Britt Cooper goes to King. King on the far right wing. Just underway here in the second quarter. Trap is coming. King in trouble, gets rid of it. Western calls a timeout. Coach Woolley will call a quick timeout as the trap came hard. And he will gather the troops and they'll chat it over here for a moment.
Yeah, what he's talking about is keeping the ball out of the corners. They're bringing those guards high and they're trapping. They're running to trap at the wing and the guard, and you can't stand there with the ball. You got to get rid of the ball before the trap gets to you.
It was fun watching Coach Rome on the other side for Dillard because the King was right in front of him when he called for the trap, and he's over there screaming for the trap, and the girls were on the front side of King, and he was almost like the third defender. He was like right behind her screaming for that trap to get set.
Sometimes it's good to get that extra help out there on the floor.
So the ladies back out on the floor after the quick timeout. As Coach Rome calling for a little near side help as Western brings it into the zone. Brianna King. King, good defensive pressure on her. She goes to Savannah Bignell, back to King. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Bringing heavy pressure at King. Kicks it out on the edge. Wide open three is up, and it is good for Sierra Bignell.
All created by King. Both guards were trying to trap her. She is so good with the dribble. She got out of that.
8-point lead for Western. Dillard with the ball. As the Blue Devils here on the near side. Handoff comes up top to Jackson. Jackson goes right side to Moore. Collins will fire. 3-point shot is money.
Well, they did the right thing there. They want to find out if the post player can stroke it, and she did, so now you got to come out and guard her.
Actually, the shot, Asia Partlow, my apologies. Partlow knocked down the three. They gave her time, and she just absolutely knocked it down. 8:20 left to play here in the first half. Western with the lead, 21-16, as Western on the right wing. Spinning up top, pass goes down to the bottom corner. Comes out to the edge, cross-court pass, almost tipped. Anderson holds on to it. Torrey goes into the high post to Britt Cooper. Her shot no good, goes to the ground. Picked up in the hands of Sierra Bignell. Bignell, boy, a scrum on the inside, and it's taken away by Dillard. With the steal is Moore. Shaylin Moore back the other way. Baseline take is up. Falling to the ground was Alexia McDonald. McDonald put it off the glass and dropped it in.
She turned that corner quickly. You can't find much better athleticism than what she just did.
That was a tremendous play by Moore. Western up 21-18. Western three-point shot rattles out that time. Offensive rebound. Britt Cooper couldn't get the second to go. Goes to the ground. Dillard back the other way. Washington rifles it left. Three-point shot is coming up short for Moore. And it goes to the ground. Still not loose. And Moore's shot blocked by King, and now a whistle and a foul. Shaylin Moore picked it up off the ground, went right to the rim, and she will be fouled by Brianna King. King's first personal. And at the line is going to be Shaylin Moore. Shaylin averages 14 a game for the Blue Devils. And she will go to the line. She's a 75% free throw shooter. She'll get the ball for her first attempt. Shot's on its way, and it's good. So Shaylin Moore with 4 points on the day. As I mentioned, she averages 14. Adriana Jackson averages 12 for Dillard. On the other side for Western, leading scorer Brianna King with 19, an average. Just shy of double digits is Sierra Lamy at 9.5. Moore gets the ball for her second. It's up and good. So Moore goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She has 5 total points. Western up 21-20. Into the offensive side, controlling Savannah Bignell. Savannah comes here on the near side to Sierra Lamy. Back in the corner. Bignell rifles it up top. Anderson. Anderson with the left hand through the paint. Pass is tipped, and Dillard gets the turnover. Dillard back the other way. Quickly, right through the paint. As the pump shot no good, second is no good, rattles out. Western with the rebound. So Dillard, 2 good looks, unable to get either down, and here comes Savannah Bignell back the other way. And we're going to get a hand check on the edge as Savannah Bignell will be fouled on the far perimeter. Personal foul going to go to Alyssa Washington, her second. So Washington picks up her second personal foul. Western leads 21-20.
Both zones have slowed down the progress of both teams right now.
Western, Sierra Lamy looking to her right, enters into the high post to Shy. Shy puts it down with the right hand, kicks it out. Jump shot from 15 is up and in for Savannah Bignell.
That's the heart of this defense, and that's where it's got to go. Good outlet pass that time to get the easy 2.
Western leading 23-20. Dillard around a screen. Top of the key, controlling the dribble out there with it is Washington. Washington lobs it down on the block. Turn, shot from the 2 deep, hits the side of the backboard. Second is no good. As with a couple of good looks, Pearl Jones down there couldn't get it to go. Western the other way. Ball comes out on Savannah Bignell. Turn over to Dillard. Run on the floor. Easy layup is up and in for Shaylin Moore.
That's 3 easy buckets off of turnovers. Western's got to take better care of the ball.
Western with 12 turnovers here in the first half. Bulldogs, Sierra Lamy, rifle shot down in the bottom left corner. Head fake there by Holmes. Comes back out to Lamy. Lamy drives into the lane, and we're going to get a jump ball. She's tied up by Adriana Jackson. That's great athleticism by Jackson to somehow get both hands on that basketball and not foul. Possession arrow will favor the Bulldogs. 5:43 left to play in the first half. Western up by 1, 23-22. Western looking to bring it in. Right now, Western led by, looks like Sierra Bignell with 6. You have Paige Holmes with 5. On the other side for Dillard, Partlow has 4, and the big one is Shaylin Moore right now with 7. Moore has a 3-pointer, a field goal inside the arc, and 2 of 2 from the foul line. Inbound pass knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. So Western will look to bring it in one more time, down on the baseline. Pass comes in, left corner, 3-point shot is up, back of the rim, no good, goes to the ground, picked up Western, Sierra Lamy. Lamy on the left wing, comes all the way up top to King. King looks to the sideline for the call from the coach. Brianna King, the junior, looking to her right, picks it up, enters into the high post to Shy. She'll turn and fire, goes wide right. And here comes Dillard back the other way quickly. Jackson stops on the wing. She'll hand it off, but the ball goes by her intended target. She tried to give it off to Collins. Collins couldn't hold on to it. And Western down the floor. Savannah Bignell into the offensive zone. Three-point shot is on the way. Off the front of the rim, no good. Paige Holmes, offensive rebound shy. They wave the shot. And it looks like we're going to get a foul before the shot for Darby Shy. So Western will keep it in their offensive zone. The personal foul going to be charged to Washington. No, actually it's not. My apologies. It's going to go to Jackson, her first. King lobs it all the way up top to Paige Holmes. Western up 23-22. Dillard down by 1. Western with the ball. Here on the near side, Lamy to Shy in the high post. Shy turns and bodies up. Backs it out to King. The open three. King rattles out. Defensive rebound, Dillard. Jackson to the right wing. Goes cross courts. Down in the corner. As the Blue Devils across the baseline. A block call. As taking it across the baseline was Moore, and Darby Shy was there. She's going to be called with a block.
Western's been going man-to-man the last several series, and they've got to get rotation to stop that drive. She got no help. It's a good thing for her that she fouled. Otherwise, it was an easy layup.
So non-shooting foul as the Blue Devils will inbound. 4:40 left to play here in this second quarter. Dillard trails by 1. Blue Devils setting it up. Come here on the near side. Right wing, three-point shot off the front of the rim for Washington, no good. Rebound Western.
Dillon doing a good job of mixing up defenses. Went back to their 2-3 zone that time.
Savannah Bignell drives into the paint, kicks it out on the edge. Comes up top, Sierra Lamy. Lamy goes right-handed. Her shot won't go, but taking it away on the rebound, Britt Cooper. Sierra Lamy now back up and in. 3 looks for Western, and Lamy able to roll it up over the iron. Western up 25-22. Dillard back the other way. 4:05 left to play in the first half. Baseline jumper hits the side of the backboard, but there to get the offensive rebound on the putback is Alexia McDonald. McDonald has 4, and here comes Western back the other way. Bulldogs into the offensive zone. Lamy in the corner. Three-point shot is up, and no good there for Alexa Welsh. Dillard back the other way. 2 on 5. Wide left, driving through the lane. They wave the shot, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul against Western. It's going to be a block call, and I believe it's going to go on Savannah Bignell. So Savannah Bignell picks up her first, and that is team foul number 3 on Western. So Dillard will inbound in their offensive zone. Western up 25-24. They jumped up early. Dillard got their balance and has been clawing in here. Just have yet to grab the lead. Wide left side. Blue Devils with it. They move it around the arc. 4 wide, 1 down in the block. Top of the key with it is McDonald. McDonald hands it off. It goes left side to Washington. 3:20 left to play here in this first half. Dillard with the ball down by 1. Right wing, McDonald. McDonald goes cross court to Moore. Moore behind the back. Pulls up on the left elbow. Up top, 3-point shot is up. Front of the rim, no good for McDonald. Rebound by Western. Western back the other way. As King going to take it coast to coast. Puts it up, nothing there. Big collision under the basket. 3 Bulldogs went down. 1 Blue Devil went down. And Western going to be called with the foul, and I believe it's going to go on Savannah Bignell. So Savannah picks up her second personal foul. Blue Devils get the ball back.
Both teams doing a great job of pushing the ball. They've got to be more patient on what they're doing when they attack the basket. There's an example there where King had a little jump stop, and she continued to the bucket, got it blocked.
3:01 left to play here in this first half. Dillard with the ball. Blue Devils into the offensive zone. Moving left with it is Brown. Brown out near midcourt. King comes up on her defensively. Brown spins on the left side of the paint to the wing. Around the arc here on the near side to Washington. Washington just outside the arc, feeds it inside to McDonald. McDonald spins to her right, puts it off the glass and in. Alexia McDonald has 6, and Dillard grabs their first lead of the day, 26-25.
Nice, quick spin move.
Into the offensive side, Western. Brianna King throws it left. No points out of her this quarter yet for Western. She had 5 in the opening quarter. Western far side. Now King gets it top of the key. Three-point shot is up off the back of the rim. Dillard with a rebound. Here we come back the other way. Pass goes down to the bottom right corner. Baker wanted the baseline. Good defensive pressure. All over was Britt Cooper. And Western comes back with it. Welch down the floor. Pass is tipped. It goes down to the ground. Dillard comes out with it. They'll lob it to the right side across the paint. Hits the ground. Back out to the wing, and it's going to go out of bounds. Should be, and they're going to say Dillard ball. Dillard will keep possession in their offensive zone. 1:53 left to play here in the first half. Blue Devils lead by 1, 26-25 over the Bulldogs. Round 1 here of the Division I Women's National Championship Tournament in Billings, Montana. Thanks for joining us here on the NAIA Network. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher, Dillard with the ball. They'll run 4 wide. Dillard's another team that you'd have to think the elevation is certainly going to affect. Coming out of New Orleans with an elevation of, like 4 feet. When you come to 5,000 feet, that's going to be a difference. King, coast to coast. King with a steal and the points.
Well, you already see it in the way they're breathing, and some of them aren't moving very well right now, a couple of them.
McDonald moves it around the arc. 4 wide here for the Blue Devils. Western leads 27-26. Dillard here on the near side. McDonald looking on the interior. Goes out wide left. 1:05 left to play here in the first half. Western leads by 1. 3-point shot is up off the front of the rim for McDonald. No good. Rebound by Western as Welch back the other way. Welch has a lane, fakes the pass. She'll go to the rack. No. Britt Cooper had the rebound, but it came out of her hands. And ball to the ground as they fight for it. It goes out. Should be Western ball, and it is. Boy, that was great hustle by both sides as Alexa Welch was down there. Also, it looked as though Washington for Dillard were both kind of fighting for that ball. Never really had possession. It gets knocked out of bounds. Western will have it in their zone.
No, it was real clear that Dillard got her hand on the ball last.
48 seconds remaining here in this first half. Western with the ball. King on the wide right side as it comes up top to Holmes. Holmes back to King. King travel call. Turnover will go to Dillard. 38.6 seconds remaining in the first half. As Dillard trails by 1, 27-26. They'll look to bring it in. Dillard in the backcourt. Coming down with it is Jackson. Adriana Jackson averages 12 a game. No points for Jackson yet here in this ball game. Jackson moving to her left. Pass goes out on the edge to Washington. Back to Jackson. Jackson. Now they get it down on the block. Good pass to the baseline deep, and it's wrestled away. Britt Cooper gets it. Now it's stolen the other way. Right-handed, up and in. Brown rolls it in. Brown gets the steal and the points for Dillard. They go up by 1, 28-27. 6 seconds left in the first half, and an offensive as Brianna King pushed off on the defender that time in Jackson. And King will be called with the offensive. Brianna King picks up her second personal. Dillard will get the ball with 5.2 seconds left to play in the first half. King pleading her case with the official.
Well, the official actually called her over, and he's trying to settle her down a little bit. She was upset with herself, doesn't believe she got the foul, but her arm extended. There's no question about it.
Coach Woolley will bring King out with 5.2 seconds remaining here in the ball game. As here come the Blue Devils into the offensive side. Bounce pass in the corner. 3-point shot at the horn, no good. We have 20 minutes in the books, and right now Dillard leads by 1, 28-27. The NAIA National Tournament here on the NAIA Network. We'll give you the numbers and more after this 2-minute timeout.
All right.
Yeah. What is it?
Life is outside. Life is exploring. Life is adventure. Summer days are long and hot. Refresh yourself with a vacation of epic proportions. Visit Billings for live music, Montana's only walkable brewery district, Montana Fair, and more. Log on to visitbillings.com/TV for our full events listing. Life is more in Billings, Montana's Trailhead.
Hey, welcome back here once again as we are at the Billings Metro as we have NAIA National Tournament here on the NAIA Network. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher, JT. Give us your take on the opening half, brother.
Well, that was a great half of defense from both teams. They both started off strong in the first quarter, then they adjusted to each other's talent, and it was kind of a shutdown quarter for both teams. So my look is patience. The word patience is real key here. Dillard is an outstanding basketball team. They only shot 26% the first half. They were 10 of 39 from the floor, but a lot of those were shot selection. They took some forced shots and they took some bad shots. They got to be a lot more patient, and I don't think that they're moving the ball enough to get themselves in position to get a good shot. Western, on the other hand, we can use the same word, patience. Too many turnovers against the zone. They had 15 turnovers that half. They've got to take better care of the basketball. And a lot of them are just unforced errors where you lose sight of what's going on, or you get in a hurry to go somewhere. They're also not attacking the heart of that zone. They've got to get a shooter in there who can knock that thing down from the three-point line on in, or run a wing through there and give her the ball, let her shoot it. But they're losing their patience. They've got to attack the heart of the zone over there. And Dillard has to be more patient in running their stuff and getting better looks.
Well, let's run you through the numbers on the individual side. We'll start things off for the Bulldogs out of Western. Brianna King, their leading scorer right now with 7. She averages 19 a game. She came out quick, knocked down what felt like the first 5 points of the ball game. She had 5 real early and had 1 field goal in the second quarter. She sits with 7 points. You have Paige Holmes right now with 5 points for the Bulldogs. She has 1 jumper inside the arc, 1 outside the arc, 5 points for Paige Holmes. Sierra Bignell, 1 3-pointer and a field goal, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 6 points. Sierra Lamy, 2 baskets for 4. You have Tori Anderson, a 3-pointer for 3. Savannah Bignell, 1 basket for 2. As Western has 27 points on the board here in the first half of play. On the other side for Dillard University, the Blue Devils, leading scorer is Shaylin Moore. She's their leading scorer on the year. She averages 14 a game. She's halfway there. She has 7. 1 3-pointer, 1 field goal inside the arc, and also 2 of 2 from the foul line. Alexia McDonald has 3 field goals for 6 points. Jalen Brown has a basket for 2. You have Hunter with a basket for 2. Alyssa Washington has 2 field goals for 4 points. Asia Partlow right now with 4 points. She has a 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the foul line. And Makita Collins has 2 free throws for 2 points here in the opening half of play.
Yeah, neither team is shooting the ball extremely well. Western at 38%. They got 29 shots that half and knocked down 11 of them. Both teams cold from the three-point line. Dillard is 2 of 11. A lot of this is defense. These two teams are playing great zone defense, and they're moving their feet, and they're moving with the ball, and they're not standing around giving openings.
Well, we're at the half right now. This is game 4, as this will wrap up the Dewar bracket. Then we'll go to the Liston bracket coming up later. Again, our earlier games today, Campbellsville beats Faulkner out of Alabama 79-63. Campbellsville, the number 1 seed, advanced into a game on Friday morning, and whoever wins this, that's who they'll take on, as Campbellsville out of Kentucky, one of the number 1 seeds in this tournament. The other Friday game is set, as Menlo out of California beat LSU Shreveport 91-79. Menlo will take on Benedictine out of Kansas, as the Benedictine got the win over Columbia, Missouri 68-59. and both of those were upsets. Menlo is the number 6 seed, Benedictine the number 7 seed, and they will meet Friday morning at 9 a.m. And again, whoever wins this one will take on Campbellsville out of Kentucky, a program that has been in this tournament. This is their 26th year, and I think it's like 20 straight. I mean, they're an absolute machine. We watched them play here last year. Their roster hasn't changed much at all since last year. Whoever wins this certainly has a very tough test ahead, but we still have, obviously, a lot of basketball yet to be played to find out who is going to move on and take on Campbellsville on Friday morning.
Yeah, and upsets are the name of the game in any basketball tournament. I don't care if it's the NCAA all the way down through the NAIA. And with the lower seeds winning today, that sends a message to everybody: come to play or you're going home.
Well, we're getting ready for the second half here as our next opponents are warming up on the floor. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you ready for the second half, and we'll get it underway after this 2-minute timeout.
The NAIA Showcase is a new initiative that the NAIA National Office started, and it provides an opportunity to connect high school student athletes and junior college student athletes with NAIA coaches.
Kids that come to these events, they know that it's smaller colleges. They're looking for that opportunity.
The NAIA Showcase creates many unique opportunities that you can't find at other showcase events. It all wraps up at the end of the day with an opportunity for a meet and greet where coaches can talk about their programs as well as interact and talk with parents and student athletes.
Let me guess, you left your wallet in your other pants.
Yes, and I need to get some cash right away. I can't be late to the game.
Do you have the Wells Fargo mobile app on your phone?
Yes.
You can use it to get a one-time access code to get cash at our ATMs.
Oh, that's better. Thank you so much. You know the team needs me.
Of course they do.
No, seriously, they can't win without me.
Freed Harding of the Masters.
Is that who we got next?
Yep.
FYI, Western needs to get to the free throw line. They've only shot 3 free throws.
Like road signs, my words are true. They bring me slowly down.
I missed you.
Did you bring new ones?
You work hard for more than just you.
Montana.
Working together, we'll help you save for her future geology degree. Wells Fargo.
Hey, welcome back here once again to Billings, the NAIA Division I Women's National Championship Tournament here on the NAIA Network. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher. Dillard leads by 1. The squad coming out of New Orleans, taking on the Bulldogs out of Western, down to Dillon, Montana. JT, let's talk about this second half for Western. What's important for them in the opening 4 or 5 minutes?
Well, I think they've got to take care. They got to be patient. They're turning the basketball over way too much. Trying to look here, 13 turnovers in the first half, I believe.
Let's see here. Turnovers 15 for
15
Western.
15 turnovers. That's way too many for a half, and they've got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. On the other side, patience, shot selection. Dillard is really forcing up some shots that they shouldn't even be shooting. They got to get better ball movement and get the better shot selection. They got to continue to attack the offensive boards. They had 13 offensive boards that half, and they have got to attack and get to the free throw line. They shot, I believe, 7 free throws the first half. Got to continue to get to that free throw line.
Well, as the teams get ready to roll here for our second half, Dillard leads by 1, and actually Dillard stayed in the locker room until basically the last second. They're just coming out of the locker room right now as we get the horn for them to be on the floor.
That's a coach who had a lot to talk about at halftime.
That it is. Very animated on the sidelines in the first half. And Western will have the ball. It looks as though, actually no, it'll be the other way. Excuse me, Dillard will have the ball to get us started here in the second half, as the Blue Devils lead by 1, 28-27. As the Blue Devils back out ready to roll here. They lead by 1. Once again, Dillard shot 25% in that opening half. They were 10 of 39. Western was 38%, shooting 10 less shots than Dillard did in that first 20 minutes. Dillard looking to set things up in the offensive zone. As they get started, pass goes wide right out to Moore. Moore comes back up top to Jackson. Jackson lobs it into the high post. Down the right side of the paint, and a block call as Britt Cooper will be called with the block. Hard take down the right side of the key, and it looks as though Partlow will go to the line here for Dillard.
Western Montana brought their guards out a little farther, and the point guard found that middle right away.
So Britt Cooper picks up her second personal foul. Partlow at the line. First is off the front of the rim, no good. Partlow will shoot one more. She's a 64% free throw shooter on the year. Partlow gets the ball for attempt number 2. Dillard up 28-27. Just underway here in the third quarter. Second is off the back of the rim, no good. Partlow goes 0-2 from the foul line. Western back the other way. Brianna King into the offensive zone. Passes left to Holmes. Holmes out on the far left wing to Lamy. Lamy goes cross court to Anderson. Back to Lamy. Now into the high post to Cooper. Cooper jump stops, spins, goes right-handed up and in.
Good patience by Cooper. Nice spin move.
Western needs her in the scoring column. That's her first basket. Just underway here in the third quarter. Western grabs the lead back, 29-28. Blue Devils with it in their offensive zone. 3 ladies out, high-low post. Now they'll move some bodies around on the wing. Pass goes up top to Moore. Moore looking on the interior. Instead, top of the key, Jackson. They move it out on the left wing. Looking on the interior. Tried to go to Partlow. Partlow saves it, kicks it up top to Washington. 3-point shot, no good. Defensive rebound, Lamy. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul as Lamy came down with a rebound. She was slapped. Western will have it back.
Yeah, Western went in and discussed rebounding positioning out of that 2-3 zone. They've got beat up. In fact, that's why Dillard had the lead. They got beat up on the offensive boards.
Brianna King comes into the offensive zone, moving to her right. King up top, 3-point shot is on the way. Wide left, no good. Rebound by Dillard. And here come the Blue Devils back the other way into the offensive zone. Pass goes wide left. Little head fake out on the edge by Moore. Moore hands it off. 4 ladies on the perimeter. Now it comes back here on the near side to McDonald. McDonald up top to Moore. Driving down the right side of the paint. Follow-away jump shot is up and no good for Washington. Defensive rebound by Western. Western back into the offensive zone. 27 total rebounds for Western, 23 for Dillard. Difference is Dillard has 13 offensive rebounds. Britt Cooper with the move. She'll go right-handed up and in. Britt Cooper with all 4 points for Western here in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs up by 3.
That's exactly what they did. Attack the heart of the defense, and the high post player gets a layup.
Into the offensive zone, and we're going to get a timeout as Coach Rome is going to talk to his ladies. I love animated coaches, and Coach Rome, he gets going over there, and I don't know why I enjoy that so much. Maybe it's being around you for so many years, but when coaches get real animated on the floor, I just love it.
Well, he's got a point to make because Britt Cooper caught that ball at the free throw line and went right down the key past the post. No foot movement, no help from the wings. He's letting people know you're not getting it done on defense right now, at least in that series.
For our friends watching and listening throughout the states, Coach Rome reminds me of we have in this town, there's an institution called Rocky Mountain College. They'll play later on tonight. Their women do. Their men's team is coached by a guy by the name of Bill Drykosen. And Coach Rome and Coach Drykosen really need to be friends.
They could be roommates,
yeah.
No question. Both really animated.
So Dillard into the offensive side. They'll run 2 out. Actually, 3 ladies down in the block right now for the Blue Devils. Pass goes right.
Setting the double screen for the wing coming across.
Jackson comes up top to Moore. Moore dribble drive through the paints and a travel call. Quick little stutter step to jump through the double team. Turnover will go to Western. Bulldogs up by 3. They'll get the ball back.
Western doing a better job of not letting that easy penetration to the high post player, and it's made a difference in this quarter.
King into the offensive side, wide left. Stops at the arc. Cross-court pass comes out to Holmes. Holmes in the corner. 3-point shot. Anderson comes up short, and Dillard is there for the rebound. McDonald hauls it in. McDonald gets it off to Jackson. Jackson on the far left wing to Moore. Moore Boy, great fall away jump shot from 3, no good. 2 ladies go to the ground hard. And it's going to be an offensive call, and that one's going to go on the inside as Asia Partlow will be called with it.
Yeah, Britt Cooper did a great job of screening off, and that's what they talked about at halftime. And their bottom 3 people are screening off an area much better than they did in the first half.
So Britt Cooper and Partlow went to the ground. Partlow gets the personal. That's her 3rd. That will bring her out of the contest. Western into the offensive side. King passes left as she goes to Holmes. Holmes drives into the paint to the baseline. Lamy all the way across to Anderson, over her head, out of play. And the turnover back to Dillard. So again, turnovers continue to be an issue here for Western. That's turnover number 16 with 7 minutes left to play in the 3rd.
Yeah, they don't have to be in such a hurry with the basketball. You get penetration, let's jump, stop, shoot it.
Western still in that zone. Pass goes on the far right side to Moore. Moore looking to hand it off. She does so to Jackson. Jackson wide right. Jackson, little switch dribble into the high post. Pass down the left side of the paint. Strong take with the left hand, no. Offensive rebound through the hands of the intended target. The rebound controlled by Pearl Jones. She tried to pass it off to McDonald, and McDonald just couldn't hold on to it. Turnover back to Western.
Yeah, she's got to put that up. She's about 3-foot jump shot.
So Western off the turnover, back the other way. 6:20 left to play.
1-2-2 zone now by Dillard.
Western feeds it into the high post to Britt Cooper. Her pass is tipped and taken away. Nice job getting the steal, Pearl Jones. 6'2" junior with a steal. Back the other way. Dillard into the offensive side. They set up in the high post. McDonald feeds it down to Jones. Her shot hits the side of the backboard, comes back to her. Jones kicks it out to the wing to McDonald. McDonald in the corner. 3-point shot is on the way. It goes long as Sierra Lamy with the rebound for Western. 5:50 left to play here in the 3rd. Western up by 3, 31-28. Into the offensive side, Bulldogs. King bounce pass into the high post. Britt Cooper turns and fires and gets it. That's a great entry pass. Britt Cooper still has all the scoring for Western here in the 3rd. She has 6 points, and she's the only player to score in this 3rd quarter period.
And their turnovers are coming from passes in the air. If you watch that last one, King put it on the floor. It made it easy look that time.
Dillard lobs it in to Jones. She'll turn and fire from the foul line. No good. Great offensive rebound, McDonald. McDonald lost the handle on it. It goes out of bounds. Western gets it back. And Dillard's turnovers are coming like kind of loose ball stuff where they're trying to maybe attempt too many passes or just mishandling the basketball. You know, kind of those silly ones down on the baseline. They've had few of those here in the second half.
Too big a hurry to get things done. You got to be patient, make good, wise passes, good decisions.
11 turnovers for Dillard, 17 for Western. They wave the shot as Britt Cooper got it in the paint. She is fouled, and I believe Jackson is going to be called with it. Jackson will be called with the push.
And there's that read from the high post to the low post. If you can drive that baseline, your post cutter is going to be wide open like Britt Cooper was that time.
So Western will look to bring it in. Midway point here, the 3rd quarter. We have 6 points, and all of those points have been scored by Britt Cooper. The Blue Devils have not scored yet in this second half, and no one other than Britt Cooper has for Western. Comes into the corner. 3-point shot is up off the front of the rim. Paige Holmes, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Dillard gets it.
And one of the things Dillard has done a great job on is taking Brianna King out of this game. I think she was like 4 or 5-time player of the week for the NAIA, so they've done they know who she is.
Western steal. As getting the steal is going to be Anderson. She'll outlet to King. King right-handed to the rack. It's up and in. Created by Tori Anderson in the steal. Brianna King has 9 points. Back the other way. Dillard drives the lane underneath to Jones. Jones, great falling away jump shot. Puts a soft touch off the glass and in. Pearl Jones.
Western tried full court pressure, and that was quickly taken out of the picture.
Western back into the offensive side. They'll run 4 wide. King on the left wing. Comes up top. Anderson for 3. Comes up off the front of the rim. No good. Western gets an offensive rebound all the way back up to King. King into the high post. Kicks it right side. 3-point shot. Western, no. Offensive rebound. Britt Cooper with the putback.
Britt Cooper has been the name of the game this quarter for both teams.
Dillard back the other way. Pull-up jump shot from the foul line is up. Takes a huge bounce. No good. On the rebound, Jones is going to be called with the push on the rebound. First shot was put up by Alyssa Washington, couldn't get it to go. And Western putting the head down and really moving forward here in this third quarter. Western leads by 7, 37-30. NAIA National Tournament here on the NAIA Network. 3:52 left to play here in the third. We have a full timeout on the floor, so we'll take one. We're back here to Billings after this 1-minute break.
Let me guess, you left your wallet in your other pants.
Yes, and I need to get some cash right away.
May I go
can't be
to the
late
bathroom,
game.
Do you have the Wells Fargo mobile app on your phone?
Yes.
You can use it to get a one-time access code to get cash at our ATMs.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. You know the team needs me.
Of course they do.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh,
One of the best
seriously,
movie
they
scenes
can't
ever
win
is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, where Steve Martin is sitting there at the table and he's like,
May I go to the bathroom, please?
and he sits there and he goes, thank you. And he never moves.
Go ahead, I want to see you do that.
I'm going to in a minute. Welcome back here once again to Billings. We are at Metro Park, the Division I Women's NAIA National Championship Tournament. Western with the ball. They lead by 7, 37-30. 2 points is all for Dillard so far here in the third quarter, as Western on a 10-2 run here in the third. 3:52 left to play in the quarter. And here comes Western down the floor. King into the offensive zone, moving right, hands it off to Lamy. Lamy goes up top, Sierra Bignell. To Lamy, back to Sierra. Drifting to the left, rifles it down in the block to Britt Cooper. Out to Lamy, wide open three, and knocks it down.
Inside out, killer. Nice pass by Britt Cooper, nice shot by Lamy.
Dillard, again, coming into this tournament, was the best team in the nation against the three-point shot. Team's only shooting 22% against them all season long, and Western here on the day has 5 3-pointers made. Dillard into the offensive side. 3:12 left to play here in the third. They'll roll it down into Jones. Jones wrestles it away, puts it high off the glass and in. Pearl Jones, her second field goal. She has 4 points. Western up 40-32. Western into the offensive side. Britt Cooper up top. King around a screen, backs up. King feeds it into Cooper in the high post, double team. Great ball movement down to the baseline. Comes all the way up top. Lamy, same spot. Three-pointer, no. Pearl Jones with a rebound as Dillard comes out with it. They'll throw it down the floor. Brown drives into the paint, kicks it in the corner. Open three-pointer is up and no good. Rebound by Britt Cooper for Western. Cooper having a really nice third quarter for Western. Bounce pass, running the floor. Sierra Bignell up and in.
Great transition break, nice bounce pass.
Bignell has 8 and Western up by 10. Pass into the offensive zone. It goes out of bounds off a Brown hand. Western gets it back.
Dillard needs a timeout. I think their players are tired. You watch them with their hands on their head.
Substitution for Dillard. As back into the ball game is going to be Adriana Jackson.
Yeah, she's the life of this offense. It's a good substitution to get her back in her.
And she and King are a fun matchup to watch.
Quickness versus quickness.
I'll tell you. Looking for the backdoor cut. They instead go into the high post to Britt Cooper. Cooper steps through, comes up top to Savannah Bignell. And we're going to get a hand check up top, and that one's going to go on Collins. So Collins will be called with a personal. I believe that is number 5. So for the next 2:02, Western will shoot some free throws. Savannah Bignell at the line here for Western. You said Western had to shoot some free throws, and these are the first here of the second half. They only had 3 attempts in the first half. Savannah gets her first down. Her second is up and no good. She has 3 total points here in this ball game. Western up by 11. 43-32, Dillard with the ball. They're going to run 4 wide. Approaching up top is Jackson. Jackson looking right. Wants to go into the high post. Jones cuts down. They have 2 ladies down on the block. Entry pass is tipped. It came into the hands of the offensive player as Jalen Brown went up and got it. And that's a tremendous play by her as she went up and got that ball, turned to the basket, put it down, and drew the foul.
I was amazed at how quickly she got to that ball there.
So Jalen Brown has 4 points here for Dillard. She's a 5'8" freshman. And Brown will go to the line shooting one, a chance at a three-point play. Brown gets the ball. Her shot is up, no good. Long rebound tracked down by Dillard. Out on the far side, Jackson has it. Jackson looking right, checks it off, comes here on the near side. They'll spread three wide, high-low post now. Dillard will change as Jones in the high post gets it. She'll turn and fire from 10. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound Western as Sierra Bignell hauls it in. She'll get it off to Savannah Bignell, and we're back the other way. 1:15 left to play here in the third. Western with the ball, leading 43-34. King, switch dribble through the lane, kicks it out on the edge, and we're going to get a shove call.
King is so good at handling the ball. I thought she was in trouble there, and she just switched from her right hand to her left hand and looked to pass, wide open shooter, but got fouled in the process.
Pearl Jones picks up the personal, and back to the foul line will be Brianna King. King, no thank you. King, 82% from the foul line. And King will step up and shoot two here. They'll give her the ball as we pause there for a minute. 1:10 left to play here in the third. King's first is up and good. King has 10 points, and she will shoot one more. She's 2 of 2 from the foul line. 10-point lead for Western.
10 quiet points. They have made her work for everything.
That they have.
Dillard is really good defensively.
And second is no good. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Dillard as Hunter the last to touch it. Western will keep it in their offensive zone.
That's why when you're bored and you tell people go get it with two hands, and she tried to get it with one and got it knocked off of her
Brianna
hand.
King looking to bring it in. King has to lob it all the way up top to Lamy. 1:05 left to play here in the third. Western with the ball and a 10-point lead. Pass left wing, Sierra Bignell. Sierra comes up top to Welch. Western will spread four wide. Darby Shy in the high post. She'll come up and set a screen. Lamy gets it on the edge. Lamy going to drive through the lane. Puts it up left-handed. Too hard. Rebound Dillard. 45 seconds left here in the third. Dillard down by 10. Wide left with it is Collins. Collins pass into the high post to Jones. Tipped. Goes to the ground. Turnover Western. Going the other way. Right-handed to the rim. Brianna King off the turnover. She has a dozen. Western up 46-34. Dillard comes into the offensive zone. 25 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is now at 20. There's about a 2-second differential between the two. Dillard, four wide. Out on the far right wing with it is Collins. Collins gets it back on the edge. Little head fake. She'll step through to the rack. And they wave it. Offensive call on Collins. Shy comes out and draws the charge.
That is perfect. When you attack in that 2-3 zone, you've got to jump stop and shoot her kick, and she just kept going and ran over Shy.
9.5 seconds left to play here in the third. Western leads by 12. They'll have plenty of time to get the ball down the floor and get a shot as King dribbles it across the timeline, right down the center of the key, left-handed to the rack, and she gets it. Brianna King has 14 for Western, and we have 10 minutes left to play here in this first round matchup. The Bulldogs out of Western leading the Blue Devils out of Dillard, 48-34. Fourth quarter coming up here on the NAIA Network right after this 1-minute break.
The Billings Hotel and Convention Center is now the Red Lion Hotel. With a state-of-the-art sound system, the Red Lion Hotel is the best place in Billings for your next meeting or conference. Relax from traveling in comfortable rooms with 55-inch TVs, or unwind in the hot tub while the kids enjoy the indoor water slides. You can even watch the big game in the sports lounge. The Red Lion Hotel, formerly the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Same local owners, same great service.
An alert from Wells Fargo, $107 at Doggy Lover's warehouse. No, I would never. Doggy Lovers, please. You know me. I don't even know where that is. Look, I'm replying deny. See?
Oh, come on. Hello? Wells Fargo. I did not make that purchase.
I didn't do it.
I'm so glad you caught that.
Welcome back here to Billings, NAIA National Tournament here on the NAIA Network. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher, a 14-point lead for the Bulldogs. Brianna King dribbles far left wing. Top of the key, Sierra Lamy, head fake, moves it to the right side. Three-point shot, no good for Sierra Bignell. And it looks like Darby Shy going to be called with a push going after that rebound.
Yeah, she crashed the boards real hard that time and was screened off. Good defensive rebound that time.
Shy picks up her second personal foul. Dillard will bring her down the floor. Dillard down by 14. And remember, just a real tight ball game at half. The Western started to blow it open in the third. We'll see if the Blue Devils can reel them back in. Blue Devils' first tournament appearance since 2004. Western was here a year ago. They went 1-1 last year, if I remember correctly, won their opener. Played Oklahoma City in the second round. Left-handed to the rack, shot won't go on the ground. We're going to get a whistle and a foul as heavy contact again under the basket as McDonald spun through the middle. And she will be fouled by Alexa Welch. That's Alexa's second personal. They're setting things up out on the far left wing. Dillard. Pass comes up, 4 wide, 1 down on the block. Trying to set things up on the inside is Partlow. Partlow down in the key. Pass comes here on the near side to Washington. Washington moves it right side to Jackson. Jackson. Now they go into the paint. Fall away jump shot. Nice shot, but it won't go. And we're going to get an offensive on Partlow. She's going to be called with the push. And Partlow will pick up her 4th personal foul. So Partlow will pick up her 4th. Coach leaves her on the floor for the time being. 8:58 left to play here in the 4th. Western will get the ball back. They lead 48-34. Western back the other way. Savannah Bignell calls out the offense, hands it off. Comes up to Sierra Bignell in the high post. Kicks it out left wing to Lamy. Lamy drives to the wing. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs to the right side. Bounce pass to Shy on the baseline. Comes all the way up left wing, Lamy. Lamy spins in traffic, floating to the rack. Her shot no good, knocked out of bounds. That will be Dillard basketball.
That's as good as ball movement gets against the zone. They really had the ball everywhere they wanted, had a good look, just didn't knock it down.
Western giving Brianna King a breather here to get this 4th quarter underway. 8:33 left to play in the contest. Western up by 14. Dillard got 6 points in that 3rd quarter. And Western was able to stretch a lead out. Blue Devils back into the offensive side, 4 wide. Pass comes here on the near side. 8:20 remaining here in the ball game. Dillard moving it around the arc. Up top, Jackson. Jackson goes to Washington. Washington averages 12 a game. She sits with 4. Her pass into the high post is tipped. And Dillard able to maintain possession, but now a whistle and a foul. As Sierra Bignell diving for that loose ball will be called with the shove.
That's a good hustle foul. She thought she had a steal and going to get a breakaway.
Sierra Bignell picks up her 1st personal foul. Dillard will bring it in. Boy, both teams' motors really at a very high RPM right now.
Yeah, these two teams are playing hard. They're both playing outstanding defense.
Here on the near side, Dillard looking to set things up. Pass goes up top. Washington moving right, goes down to the bottom right corner to Brown. Brown on the interior, great pass, shot no good. Rebound by Western. They had everything they wanted that time, just couldn't get her down by Pearl Jones. Across the other way, running the lane, Alexa Welch gets the pass and the points.
Great floor recognition by 3 different players that time.
Western up 50-34 over Dillard. Dillard running 3 wide as they'll back out of it here. 7:33 left to play here in the ball game. Blue Devils with the ball. 3 wide, Jones set up in the high posts. She's looking for the ball down in the interior. Dillard. Shot clock down to 5 already. Pass on the right wing to Jackson. Jackson comes up top. 3-point shot is up and good for Alexia McDonald.
That's a big time shot with little time left on the clock.
McDonald has 9. Dillard down by 13. Western into the offensive side, Darby Shy. Shy drives across the baseline, tried to dump it off. Ball's knocked out of bounds. And Western will keep it in their offensive zone.
One of the things I'm watching as a coach is the communication on defense that Western is having in their zone. That's why they're covering things so well. They're really talking to each other.
Western looking to get it in. They do so. Great ball movement to Shy. Her shot no good. Tipped, goes to the ground to get it. Western holds on to it in their offensive zone. Sierra Bignell to the right wing. Savannah Bignell knocks down the three. Savannah Bignell, she has 6 points. That's her first three, but Western here on the day has 6. Dillard into the offensive side. Dillard shooting 25% for the game. Western at 44%. As Dillard spreading the floor. 3 wide, high-low post. Setting up in the high post is McDonald. McDonald gets it, turns to the rack. Shot won't go, but she will go to the line and shoot 2. Alexia McDonald. She has 9 points on the day here for Dillard. And she'll go to the line here for the Blue Devils.
Dillard has missed some real critical point-blank shots. Some of that has to do with defense, but most of it does not.
At the foul line, McDonald's first is good. She's into double digits now with 10. She's a 50% free throw shooter on the year. King is back in for Western. Also Britt Cooper back in for Western. And at the line is McDonald shooting her second, and it's money. Did we get a lane violation?
No, timeout.
Oh, timeout. Okay, thank you. 6:26 left to play here in the ball game. We have a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one. Western up 53-39 over Dillard. NAIA National Tournament on the NAIA Network. We're back after this 1-minute break.
Cooper tires on the ground, go round and round, round and round, round and round.
You're losing.
Your tires matter, so count on Cooper, an American company since 1914.
Welcome back here once again. As we're here on the NAIA Network, Western up 53-39. As the teams chatting it over, as we look at scoring on both sides for Dillard right now, leading scorer is Alexia McDonald. She sits with 11. She had 6 in the first half, knocked down a three-pointer, is 2 of 2 from the foul line here in this second half. Partlow has 4, Shaylin Moore with 7 for Dillard. On the other side for the Bulldogs, leading scorer Brianna King with 14. Britt Cooper has 8, Sierra Bignell has 8, and Savannah Bignell with 6 points for Western.
Yeah, I think the real key to this game is Western has shown a lot more patience against the zone. They're taking better care of the basketball. Dillard is just having an off night shooting.
Western into the offensive side, dribbling right with it is Holmes. Holmes comes up top, Western 4 wide. Here on the near side, Holmes has it. Holmes goes up top. Western spreading the floor a little bit here with 6:10 left to play in the ball game. Shot clock now down to 10. Brianna King left wing.
Dillard came out man-to-man, and Western recognized it right away.
Sierra Lamy comes up top to King. She'll fire the 3 with 2 on the shot clock. It hits the top of the backboard and goes out of play. Dillard will get the ball back. 5:56 left to play here in the ball game. Dillard down by 14. Needs to put the pedal down and get some points on the board here. Jackson. She'll hand it off to Washington. Washington back to Jackson. Now it comes up top, McDonald. Here on the near side to Moore. 5:40 remaining here in this ball game. First round action at the NAIA Division I Women's National Championship Tournament. Follow-away jump shot for Pearl Jones won't go, but she will shoot a pair. Pearl's a force inside.
Pearl is a force inside. In fact, she's got to have the ball a little bit more. She should have earlier, but they didn't give it to her much.
Britt Cooper picks up her 3rd personal foul. Yeah, Pearl's done a really nice job. She's listed at 6'2". She's a junior. She's another one that looks much bigger than 6'2", truthfully.
She does.
Really long arms, great wingspan when she's under the basket. Free throws no good. Western up 53-39. King almost lost the dribble, able to get it into the offensive zone to Holmes, and we're going to get a hand check as Paige Holmes cut across the floor. And Moore will pick it up. So Moore picks up her 2nd personal foul. And that is team foul number 2 is all on Dillard here in the 4th quarter. Western will inbound in front of the scorer's bench. 5:24 left to play here in the ball game. The inbound, King moving to the right. Driving down toward the corner, comes back up top to King. Brianna King lobs it inside to Cooper. Cooper's shot hits the rim, bounces out, goes right into the hands of Holmes. Holmes goes to the ground. Dillard comes out with it. Quickly the other way. Jackson into the paint. Shot blocked by Brianna King out of bounds. As the two guards go down the floor, the shot by Jackson, it's blocked by King. And then King helps her up off the floor.
And it went off of her body, so Western got the ball back.
That's it. Western into the offensive side. Left side, Lamy. Cross court as it goes to Savannah Bignell. Savannah comes up top to Holmes. Lamy into the high post to Cooper, out to King. Western up 53-39. Actually make that a few more as Brianna King knocks down the three. She has 17.
Dillard came out of man-to-man, went right back to 2-3 zone, but you can't leave that girl out there all alone.
Dillard trailing 56-39 as they come into the offensive zone. Three wide, high-low post. Long range three off the front of the rim, no good for Moore. Ball goes out of bounds, and Dillard will keep it in their offensive zone. So Dillard will inbound. Western up 56-39. Remember, we had a slugfest at halftime. 1 point contest at that point. And Western kind of dropped the hammer in the third quarter.
Well, Western did drop the hammer, but in defense of Dillard, they just did not shoot the ball real well this whole half.
And they haven't been over 30% shooting the ball at all. They're still at 24% from the floor, Western at 43%. Western outscored Dillard 21-6 in the third quarter. And that has opened up to where this lead sits right now. Dillard four wide. Pass on the wing, tipped out to the edge, comes up top to Partlow. Partlow's been in foul trouble most of the day. Inside, shot, and a travel call on the baseline. Spin move by McDonald.
Yeah, one of the things you got to teach on that spin move, you got one step, you don't have two, and if you get an officiating crew that's not real good.
Western into the offensive side, Britt Cooper. Cooper comes up top to Savannah Bignell, bottom right corner to Paige Holmes. Paige dribbles out to the wing, four wide for Western. Britt Cooper sets up in the high post. Savannah Bignell drives to the edge, down inside to Sierra Lamy, and Lamy will be fouled with 3:53 left to play here in the ball game. Coming after that, trying to wrestle it free, was Alexia McDonald. McDonald picks up her second personal foul is all. Team foul number 3 on Dillard. Western looking to bring it in. King inside, and a coach will call a short timeout. Didn't want to get that 5-second call, so Coach Woolley calls a timeout. He'll gather the troops and they'll chat it over. 3:53 left to play here in this ball game. Western up 56-39. As I mentioned, Western shooting 43%, Dillard at 24%, and they've been hovering right around 20. They were actually below 20 for most of the first half. Western has 5 less shots as of right now. That number's starting to get closer. Rebounding margin, Western on top. They have 43 total rebounds, 13 offensive, 30 defensive. Dillard has 38 total rebounds. And the other number that is starting to equalize is turnovers. Western has 17 turnovers. Dillard has 16 right now. And Western had, 15 turnovers
at halftime. So they've taken care of the basketball.
Big time. And that certainly is a huge factor here in this second half. The lob pass comes up off Britt Cooper's knee, but Western able to hold on to it. Paige Holmes. Ball came away from her. Paige double teamed. Trap on her. Paige bounce pass to Cooper. Cooper moves it here on the near side as they go to Savannah Bignell. Western spreading the floor. It goes out of bounds. Turnover will go to Dillard. So the Blue Devils will get the ball back, trailing 56-39. The winner will move on and take on Campbellsville out of Kentucky on Friday at 10:45 is what the schedule looks like. As Dillard looking to set things up. They throw it into the high post. Travel call. As spinning to the basket was Asia Partlow, and Western will get it back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say earlier when I cut myself off. Is if you don't have a good officiating crew, they'll let them get away a lot of times with that.
Long range pass will go out of bounds, and the turnover will go back to Dillard.
With that two-step spin move. I'll get through this before the day's over, I promise.
And that's always difficult, the idea of, kind of finding out what the officials are going to call and not call.
Well, that's the travel, and I see it a lot. I know in the Frontier Conference this year I saw it a lot, and it wasn't called.
Dillard 4 wide. They're going to try and get it in the block. Partlow turns, and it wedges there between the glass and the iron. Turnaround, Partlow put it up. Partlow's having one of those days where nothing is going her way, and everybody has been there that's ever played a sport or ever done anything. She ran into foul trouble early. She just has been unable to get anything to go her way, and that might be the exclamation point is she had the bunny, and it just wedged there between the glass and the iron for her. So Dillard will look to bring it in again. 3:08 left to play here in this ball game as the Blue Devils come all the way up top into the hands of Jackson. Jackson goes right wing to McDonald. McDonald looking on the interior. They go into Jackson across the baseline out to the edge. Inside 3 minutes remaining. Ball to Partlow. Partlow, power dribble, puts it up, puts it down. Partlow will go to the foul line and shoot one. Partlow has 6. She'll go to the foul line. She's 1 of 4 from the free throw line today.
And Dillard should come out with some heavy pressure here, whether it be full court or half court. They got to chase the ball, trap it, and try and get turnovers without fouling.
Partlow, free throw attempt is up and good. 3-point play for Asia Partlow. A 14-point lead for Western. Looking to bring her down the floor is Paige Holmes. Holmes across midcourt, hands it off as Brianna King controlling. King drives into the lane, lost the ball, picked up underneath by Britt Cooper, and Cooper puts it down. She has 10.
When things go your way, they go your way. That's twice in a row. Western's come up with the loose ball.
Dillard quickly the other way. Nice pass to the baseline. Shot by McDonald, no good. Western with a rebound. As King in the backcourt, triple teamed as she comes into the offensive zone. Passes left wing to Lamy. Sierra Lamy back out to King. 2:20 remaining in the ball game. Shot clock now down to 15 as Western with the ball up 58-42. The third quarter blew it open here for the Bulldogs of UM Western. King right-handed to the rim, whistle and a foul.
King did not want to give up the basketball. She wants to go to the free throw line. As you know, she's a terrific free throw shooter. But then she got to that lane and makes a great turn.
King, an 82% free throw shooter. Personal foul to Washington, her third. So the first is up and out, no good. Brianna King, 17 points here in the ball game. She averages 19 a game for the Bulldogs of UM Western. And King will get the ball for her second. King gets the ball for number 2. King has 17 points. Shot is up, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Dillard. So here come the Blue Devils quickly back the other way. Jackson, top of the key, rifles it out on the right side. Bounce pass goes down to the corner. 3-point shot is up. 3-point shot is down. That's a nice looking shot on the edge by Brown. Brown has 7 points for the Blue Devils. And we have a timeout on the floor. 1:53 left to play here in the ball game. It's a short timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here as the Bulldogs lead by 13 over the Blue Devils as the teams come together to chat it over.
Yeah, Dillard's picking up the pace here, and Western's got to be patient. Got to knock down your free throws. If you'd tell me that send King to the line, she wouldn't make 1 out of 2. I'd have said that's crazy because she is an 82% shooter, and that's who you want going there.
1:53 left to play as the teams come back out on the floor. As Western, again, the winner of this one will move on to take on Campbellsville out of Kentucky. 2 of our 3 games to this point have been upsets according to the brackets, as Menlo knocked off LSU Shreveport, and Benedictine out of Kansas beat Columbia out of Missouri. Menlo and Benedictine will play Friday, and whoever wins this one will take on Campbellsville. Western into the offensive side. King lost the dribble, picked up, as here comes Dillard back the other way on the turnover. 1:45 left to play. Down the left side, and it's going to be a block call underneath, as going to the basket was Partlow, and Partlow's going to go to the line and shoot 2. The block call underneath is going to go on Sierra Lamy, her third, and Partlow will shoot 2 here for the Blue Devils.
Coach Woolley is very unhappy, but that's a great take to the basket, and she actually used her hip defensively.
Partlow, the first one rattles around and falls through. She'll get the ball for her second attempt. Partlow's second is up and no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Dillard. A 12-point lead for Western. Dillard with the ball in the offensive zone. 3-point shot is up and no good. Another offensive rebound, but now knocked out. And we're going to get a whistle and a stoppage of play on the inside, and I believe it's going to go on Welch. I think Welch is going to be called with the foul. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to go on Savannah Bignell. So Savannah Bignell will pick up her 4th, and back to the foul line is going to be Dillard. So Dillard at the line, trailing by 12. And the first is up and in as Brown at the line. She has 8 points on the day. She's now 1 of 2 from the free throw line. She'll get ready to shoot one more.
Now Dillard's coming with pressure. Western has to handle it, and King cannot try to dribble through 3 people. She's got to find the open person.
They're going to adjust the key here. And at the line is Brown shooting one more. She has 8 points. Brown 62% from the free throw line on the year. Her second is good. So Brown gets both. She has 9 points. Western's lead is 10. The inbound to King. 90 seconds left to play. Triple teamed. King gets it down the floor to Savannah Bignell. She'll put on the brakes. Trap is coming. Savannah trying to get rid of it. Does so. Britt Cooper, far right wing. Holmes with a baseline jumper, and she knocks it down.
She calmly did that. That's a big-time pass, but you got to get back on defense.
Outlet wide open as Washington puts it up off the glass and in. The 70-foot pass, ball goes to the ground. King tries to dive on it. Now we're going to get a jump ball. Nope, they're going to say Western had possession and they got the timeout. Coach Rome,
we like this guy.
I like this guy a lot. He came out and was just furious about the initial call, but then after the official explained it to him, big smile on his face, patted him on the shoulder.
Yeah, he was telling himself, I tried.
Yeah, I like Coach Rome. 1:04 left to play here in the ball game. Western leads by 10. Dillard starting to reel him in here, but his time certainly is their enemy right now.
Oh, absolutely, time's their enemy, but Western's got to do a better job of getting the ball inbounds. King's got to have it, but she's got to catch it and look. The trap's coming. Split it before it gets there and get yourself down the floor. Just don't catch and turn and run.
So the team still chatting it over in the timeout. Western leads by 10, 60-50. Dillard has outscored Western 16-12 here in this fourth quarter. Dillard shooting still under 30%. They're at 27% right now. Western at 45%.
This is an outstanding basketball team that just had one of those days shooting. And, I blame part of it on the fact the ball is against the zone. The ball's got to enter the high post or low post area. Absolutely has to. And it's got to go to the corner. You got to break these zones down. And most of this stuff has been from elbow extended to elbow extended, reversing the ball, and not enough down on the baseline and in the corner.
Western will look to inbound. And now we get our second horn. That second horn is very important. Western will look to bring it in. Britt Cooper, bounce pass comes into Holmes. Holmes into the offensive side, pass to Cooper. Cooper will go right to the rim with it and put it in.
That was great patience in breaking that press.
A dozen for Britt Cooper. Dillard the other way, down by a dozen. Wide left, they get it down to the block. Partlow spins, shot, whistle, and a foul. Britt Cooper was on the backside as Partlow went to the ground hard. And actually, it's going to go on Savannah Bignell, and I believe that is her 5th.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So Savannah Bignell going to foul out. Savannah Bignell will go to the bench with 6 points. She'll foul out with 50 seconds left to play.
Partlow is so strong down on that block that she's hard to handle, and she, in my estimation, did not get the ball in the process during this game enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm with you between her and Pearl Jones in the block.
Both of them.
Both are outstanding post players, and the one with Partlow, she ran into foul trouble early. She's been on the floor with 4 personals now for the bulk of this fourth quarter. But it does feel like they did miss some opportunities for points in the block with 2 very good post players. Western up 62-51. Partlow will shoot her second, and she gets it off the back of the iron. Rebound by Western. Holmes has it. Trap is on her. Page in trouble. Now a whistle and a foul, as Holmes will be fouled. And we'll walk the other way, and Western will go to the line and shoot 2. Holmes goes over to chat with Coach real quickly as she'll go to the line here for the Bulldogs.
And the chat is real simple. Don't dribble to the corner where they can trap you. Turn, face, go.
46 seconds
I love
remaining in the
coaches.
ball game.
This is the best.
Western by 11. And at the line, the first is up and good for Paige Holmes. Paige gets her first down. That's Paige's first free throw attempt of the day. Paige, 68% from the free throw line. Western as a team is 72% for the year. And Holmes goes 2 of 2. She has 9 points. 46 seconds remaining in this ball game. And it looks as though Dillard will call a short timeout here. We'll keep it here as Western up by 13. 46 seconds remaining here in this ball game. Again, this is the final game out of the Dewar bracket here today. We'll go to the Liston bracket after this. At 4 p.m. scheduled start time, Freed Hardeman out of Tennessee, the number 1 seed on that side, will take on the Masters, 2 real perennial powerhouses here in this tournament. Then at 8 p.m. tonight, I'm just running straight down through the bracket. You have Science and Arts out of Oklahoma taking on Rocky Mountain College, the host team. At 9:45 p.m., Lindsey Wilson will take on Martin Methodist. And at 5:45 p.m., number 2 seed Central Methodist will take on number 7 seed Arizona Christian. I think Arizona Christian making their first tournament appearance.
Well, here's what's going to happen now. Dillard's got to score here. They got to pick up hard. Western's got to catch the ball and look down the floor because there's got to be a lot of people flying into passing lanes.
Dillard setting it up here on the near side. 42 seconds remaining. Top of the key. 3-point shot off the front of the rim. No good. Defensive rebound. Britt Cooper. Cooper bounce pass to King. King down the floor. King is fouled as she comes into the offensive side. Britt Cooper is a phenomenal rebounder.
We're thinking the same thing. She has really done a great job on the boards today, and she always has.
Yeah, you know, you look at her high school days and here at Western, you know, she's one of those on paper. She's listed, let me see where she's listed, 5'10". But she is just a phenomenal rebounder, and obviously that speaks volumes into, you know, you don't have to be 6'3" or 6'4" to be a good rebounder. There's that what comes between the ear holes is a big part of rebounding, and I think Britt Cooper has that in spades.
Well, and she's one of those players has the ability to go get the ball no matter where it is.
King gets 1 of 2. She has 18 points. 3-pointer the other way for Dillard. Knocking it down on the perimeter is going to be Brown. Brown has a dozen. And on the inbound, a whistle and a quick foul. 27 seconds remaining in the ball game. Paige Holmes will go to the line here for Western. Holmes with 9 points on the day. And Holmes will go to the line, and she will shoot 2 for the Bulldogs out of UM-Western.
Yeah, Western does not have to even pay attention to an inside-the-arc score right now. Dillard's got to come down and find a way to shoot the 3, and Western's got to play the 3-point line.
Holmes gets her first down. Western is 4 of 5 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. Holmes gets the ball for her second. Back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Western. Getting the rebound is Welch. Ball comes out of King's hands, out of bounds. Turnover to Dillard.
There's an example of an unneeded turnover. She just had to catch it, wait for him to foul her. Instead, she turns the ball over.
She and Jackson has been.
Well, she knows one speed, and that's why.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's go.
And Jackson was all over her defensively. That's been a really fun contest at guard here when those two are on the floor against one another. Long 3-point shot goes long. Rebound Western. 15 seconds left in the backcourt. Western with it as they'll try and dribble it into the offensive zone. Holmes comes into the zone. This one will go into the record books. The Bulldogs of UM-Western will get the win 66-54 over the Blue Devils out of Dillard. The Bulldogs will advance with the win. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap this one up, ladies and gentlemen, from the NAIA National Tournament after this 1-minute break.
Our physicians and athletic trainers have been building better athletes for over 20 years. We are the official sports medicine provider to the Billings Mustangs, MSUB Yellow Jackets, and Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears. AMP ensures that athletes of all ages and skill levels receive the training and medical care for top performance and to stay healthy. AMP, Athletic Medicine and Performance, powered by St. Vincent Healthcare, Ortho Montana, and Yellowstone Surgery Center.
An alert from Wells Fargo, $107 at Doggy Lover's warehouse. No, I would never. Doggy Lovers, please. You know me. I don't even know where that is. Look, I'm replying deny. See?
Oh, come on. Hello? Wells Fargo, I did not make that purchase.
I didn't do it.
I'm so glad you caught that.
Why is there only 10 minutes on the clock?
Hey, welcome back here once again to the Billings Metro Park, the Women's NAIA Division I National Tournament. And we have 4 games in the books as the Bulldogs out of Western will advance with a win over the Blue Devils from Dillard University, 66-54, our final. John Thatcher, give us your final thoughts, my man.
2 key ingredients. Dillard had an off day shooting, and it cost them what could have been a victory. And if you go to Western, with 15 turnovers in the first half, they allowed Dillard to jump into the lead by halftime, but they turned it around, and I think they only had, I don't have stats, but I'd say 4 or 5 turnovers in the second half.
Yep,
they took care of the basketball. They didn't panic against the press. They made their free throws down the stretch. Great basketball game.
Let's go ahead and run you through the final numbers. We'll start things off for Dillard, their leading scorer. They had 2 ladies in double digits. They were led by, looks like Brown, the freshman, with 12 points. She knocked down 2 3-pointers, both in the fourth quarter. Brown will finish with a dozen. Alexia McDonald gets into double digits with 11. She had 1 3-pointer. She was 2 of 2 from the foul line. Asia Partlow gets 9 points. She was 4 of 6 from the foul line. She had 1 3-pointer as well. 9 points for Partlow here in this ball game. Shaylin Morrill gets 7 points here today. It looks like Hunter with a basket for 2. You also have Washington with 2 field goals for 4 points. Or excuse me, rather 6 points. 3 field goals for Alyssa Washington. She had 6 points on the day. Pearl Jones with 2 baskets for 4. And Collins had 1 field goal for 2 points for the Blue Devils out of Dillard University. On the other side for the Bulldogs out of Western, leading scorer was Brianna King. She'll get 18 points here today. She averages 19 a game. She had 1 3-pointer. She was 3 of 5 from the foul line, 18 on the day for Brianna King. Also in double digits, you have Britt Cooper. She gets a dozen all in the second half. She had 8 points in the third, 4 points in the fourth quarter. Paige Holmes will get into double digits with 10. She had 1 3-pointer, 3 of 4 from the foul line. Sierra Bignell with 8 points on the day. Alexa Welch gets a basket for 2. Sierra Lamy with 7. And Savannah Bignell gets 6 points here on the day as she gets 1 field goal, 1 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Savannah Bignell and the Bulldogs out of Western.
Yeah, Dillard ended up having 11 more shots from the floor, but they only shot 27%. And we can talk about all kinds of things in the game of basketball. If you can't put it in the hoop up there, your chances of winning are pretty slim.
So once again, our final 66-54. The Bulldogs out of Western will advance into a game on Friday to take on Campbellsville out of Kentucky. And they'll advance into the second round. And unfortunately for Dillard, their season will end with a 23-6 record as they fall to Western here at the NAIA National Tournament in Billings. For John Thatcher, I'm Paul Panisco. Thanks for joining us here for this ball game. Our next one coming up here on the NAIA Network. We're getting ready for, we'll go to the Liston bracket as Freed Hardeman will take on the Masters. Freed Hardeman out of Tennessee taking on the Masters out of California. That's our next game up here on the NAIA Network. Stay close.